Hello everyone, my name is Lily, and welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, Coteries of New York. When we last left off, we recruited the Malkavian Hope into our coterie. We also found out some more about this person stalking us. We were led into an ambush. And we aided a young Thinblood at the cost of the life of the Thinblood primogen, Robert Larson. Rest in peace, Larson. You were a real one. With that said, let's continue into... So. I was about to head into the city. I want to get rid of this reporter guy. You've taken care of Frank Doherty, but apparently there's someone still staking out Sophie's apartment. He's not that stupid, is he? Let's find out. Okay, that was weird. The weather is cold and windy as you walk to Sophie's apartment. As a vampire, that doesn't matter anymore. You may have been saddled with eternal hunger, but at least you can ignore the wind chill. Just as you come to the door of Sophie's building, she storms out, murmuring into her phone. Yes, I know. Don't worry. I trust you to handle that. You've heard Sophie talk to her associates before. It's always the same. Generalities and vague suggestions. It makes you think she's involved in mysterious machinations, yet doesn't tell you anything. Sophie is dressed to kill, but there's nothing unusual in that. She likes to make an impression. A black car with tinted windows is waiting for her in front of the door? Oh, in front of the door. That makes sense. A chauffeur steps out to open the car door for her. Sophie notices you. I'm glad you're in the neighborhood. If you could look around for me one more time, that would be wonderful. You told me you got rid of that reporter. Turns out he's still here, snooping around. Sophie is very good at communicating disappointment. She doesn't have to do much to make it clear that she's unhappy to have to return to this issue. I thought he was gone for sure. He didn't seem very brave. Yeah, I dominated him. With the powers, not the sexy way. Sometimes cowards are even worse than those with a backbone. They're sneakier. The reporter talked his way into the building during the day. Once the doorman understood what was happening, he threw the reporter out. He showed old pictures of me to my neighbors. It's very awkward, you understand? Sophie disappears into the car, and the chauffeur closes the door behind her. You watch as the sleek vehicle disappears into the Manhattan traffic, just one anonymous car among many. Damn. It was bad enough she had to leave. You need to deal with this fucker. Best sit down somewhere and devise a plan of action. You go to a nearby diner, settle into a booth, and order a coffee from the steely-eyed Latina waitress. As she brings your cup, you describe Frank Doherty to her, on the off chance she's seen something. Just as she's about to answer, you happen to look outside. Something catches your eye. The diner is brightly lit, so you lean closer to the window to see the street through it. You got lucky. Frank is standing on the sidewalk on the other side of the street, looking at something on his phone. You slide out of the booth, throwing a few small bills on the table. Mumbling something to the waitress, you step outside. Shit. I'm not yelling at him. I follow Frank covertly. For a reporter, Frank isn't terribly observant. You keep your distance, hiding behind people and cars, but he doesn't look around. It seems like he might want to find a private nook to investigate the photos he took tonight. An alley. He ducks in, and you follow. Oh God, it's you again. Please, I'm working on a different story, I swear. Frank retreats deeper into the alley. Don't worry, Frank. I know all about why you're here. You do? I mean... Okay, I'm sorry I tried to bullshit you. Just tell me how I can help you. How come you're here? I thought we agreed there's no story. Usually when someone says there's no story, that means there is a story. I just couldn't let it go. Look, I don't want any trouble. I can see that you're serious. There's something to Sophie Langley. I think you know what it is. You take a long, hard look at Frank Doherty. He's a tenacious man, but not brave. After the last time you met, you were sure he had been dealt with. Where did he find the courage to come back here? I like you, Frank. You don't give up. What's your real angle here? Everybody plays an angle. That's one of the things you learn in my profession. His voice is getting out of hand. You're smart. You know that there will be others after me. If there's a real story, they'll come and find it. Your best shot is with a friendly reporter. Someone you can trust. Someone like me. So what do you say? Get ahead of the story. It'll be good for you and Miss Langley, too. You almost believe it, but something about Frank feels off. He's being controlled by another vampire, I bet. Do you have a personal interest in Sophie Langley, Frank? What? No! Or, I mean, she's a very attractive woman, but I make it a rule never to get involved with people I write about. You're known for your professional Wait, what? Oh. I think I might have misread it. You're known for your professional ethics, Frank. On this issue, I've never made a mistake. Frank sounds almost sad as he says it. Trust me, that's the emotion I was conveying. Sometimes I just need some extra money, that's all. Where does this extra money come from? There's a guy. He's paying me, that's all, but I can't talk about that. I'm not gonna kill him. There's definitely more information to get here. Push him. Come on. You can give me more than that. No, really. And I don't know all that much about these people. Why do they want information on Sophie Langley? They seem to think there's something unusual going on with Sophie. Something to do with your photos. Okay, that's enough. I can't tell you anything more. You gotta consider the position I'm in. Okay, so my thinking is, I feel like it's hunters, or it could be hunters, so we're not killing him, because if he is found drained of blood after investigating a suspected vampire, that's not going to end well, so we're not killing him. Whatever we do. Unless we find out it is a vampire, in which case I will tear this man's throat out. Ditch those guys you were... Oh, wait, yeah. Here's some free advice. Spend less time jumping hoops at the best of scary strangers. Life will go better for you. Fine. I'll leave it alone. I'm done with this. It was all bullshit anyway. You can tell Sophie Langley that you won't see me anymore. As Frank leaves the alley, you consider your victory. He sounds defeated, sincere. Is it really up to him whether he returns or not? Well... Oh, the thing didn't turn. I got Skillwood. Alright, well, let's go see Hope. Hope is about to head into the city. Accompany her, and to see her true face. When you get to the internet cafe, Hope is already waiting for you in the street. Oh, fuck. Sorry, everyone. I just realized I forgot to turn the game audio on. God, I'm sorry. The sight catches you off guard. A part of you suspected she might be more of a shut-in, my haven is my castle type. I gotta give her, like... I'm probably just gonna stick with the one voice for her. Perfect timing. We need to go for a ride. Get in, get in, get in! She doesn't wait for your response and jumps behind the wheel of a lavender vintage roadster instead. The engine starts roaring expectantly, causing everyone's heads to turn. Not wanting to attract needless attention, you quickly slip into the back seat of the car. The moment you shut the door behind you, the vehicle sets off, tires screeching. Sorry for not bringing you up to speed first, but hey, this is NYC. Everyone's always in a rush. This is even more true when you're kindred. Now, allow me to take care of some business, and I'll be right there with you. Even as she's zooming past the traffic, she's still on her phone, of course. I thought that was just some layer on the image. That's actually in the car. That's cool. God, this artwork is gorgeous. Nice car. Nice. How do you afford that? Vroom vroom beep beep. Thank you! The lavender really brings out its character, doesn't it? About affording things in this city, it's pretty hard. You gotta be at the top of your game at all times. Might as well explain my business plan to you while I'm at it. So, another extremely online mount based in New York goes by the name Devno. Told me to Google Ethereum a few years ago. That way I got into Bitcoin. And I found a new religion. 23-year-old selling visions of governments replaced by benign code and decentralized consensus, masses ruled by algorithms as just as the laws of physics. Idiot man-child investors trying to shape their reality through sheer fanatical zeal, and dedicated to collectors of something abstract as the rare SHA-256 decryptions. Her driving style is far more aggressive and dangerous than you're comfortable with. Or is it just you? Or does she peek into the rearview mirror more often than she looks straight ahead? A hyper-speculative environment where nothing has real value. Only abstract beliefs matter, and your life saving can be ruined by a single bullshit tweet. How could I refuse the allure? I started buying low and selling high, on a variety of shady 24/7 exchanges that allowed me for 100 times the leverage. As in, they lend me 100 times the capital I could bet with. I got lucky at the beginning, and kept the ball rolling, shorting and longing, impulsively, recklessly. I got to the point where I became too big to fall. And that's when I cashed out. The car comes to an abrupt halt. You bump against the seat in front of you. Okay, this story will be continued later. We're here, right at our first stop. I need you to do me a favor. I'm sorry, the Malkavian voice is basically just talking really fast, so if I stutter over a lot of my lines, that's why. Favor? What favor? Nothing too difficult. Literally a jump out, jump in kind of deal. See that weird guy in a Yankees full cap standing around the corner? Approach him, tell him you're at young hot petit ingenue, take a phone he gives you, and bring it here. Get going, honey. It's illegal to park here. You jump out of the car and approach the man Hope has pointed out. Not a lot you could tell about him based on his appearance, aside from the fact he seems pretty shady. Oh, this man's here to collect his debt. His toe debt. He's here for your toes. He's after your toes, Lamar! The hell do you want? I'm at a young hot petite ingenue. Lamar is so done with this bullshit. He is so done.
Oh, no offense. Yeah, I kinda expected a girl. My bad for assuming. Damn.
He takes a phone out of his pocket and covertly passes it to you.
Everything has been prepared and preloaded according to your instructions. Should take about 2 minutes to transfer the data. Now get out of here.
The man walks away with an exaggerated hip-hop gait. You hop back into Hope's car. She immediately steps on the gas pedal. You got the phone? You're the best. Pass it to me, please. She connects the two smartphones using a cable and begins some sort of data transfer. Looks like it's an identical model. After a minute or so, the process is complete. Alright. Goodbye, lovely. You've served me well. Hope opens the car window, grabs her old phone. You're not an expert to recognize the exact model, but it definitely looks like it had an $800 price slapped onto it, and tosses it out the window. Surprised, you look behind you and see a car in the opposite lane running over the abandoned device. Hope notices your quizzical look. I've been needing a lot of burner phones lately, and I'm not going to use some cheap pieces of shit, so, it's a pretty expensive necessity. Crossroads, red light. He takes an advantage of the moment to shoot a driving selfie that strategically excludes her face and upload it to Instagram. You notice her handle there is Versace Beauty. Is that Versace? I don't know. Now, I was telling you a story. Bitcoin. Right. At some point towards the end of 2017, I became convinced I needed to cash out. There was no way the bubble was going to last forever. I always knew there would be no grapes of wrath for the cryptocurrency era. It would have to be a series of profound, antisocial, disconnected events. The whole crypto culture was a decentralized church of lone millennials who rejected all established modern values and kept atoning for the original sin of not buying Bitcoin back in 2013. Another abrupt, last-second turn. You get pressed against the window. What the hell is with her driving style? Bet a life you've never wanted to live anyway, and get a chance to win a priceless pile of nothing. Untether yourself from all worldly desires. Find joy in suicidal ideation. To this day, money holds no real value to me. It's as abstract as a video game score, a bunch of numbers on the screen. This joyless world changed me forever. I knew I had to escape. So, I took my piles of fictional dollars to a new arena. Elite NYC social circles. Not because I wanted to scan them and make more, but because I finally wanted to have some fun. I mean, of course I had to scan them in the process, but it was only in service of becoming something more than a star. A constellation. Another abrupt stop. This time next to the entrance of a shifty-looking back alley. Alright, friend. This time you're at leaky gut syndrome. Whistleblower extraordinaire. Whenever a press sneak fuck wants a leak, you've got it. Got it? Sorry for putting you out there in my place, but I only personally contact people as a last resort. It's harder to protect my identity each time I show my face out there. And since I've got you, our man is waiting for you in this back alley. He's paying back a favor with a pen drive containing crucial information we need to stay safe in this city. Retrieve it. I'll be circling around the area, making sure we aren't in danger right now. When you're done, get back here and I'll pick you up. Everything clear? Good. We exit the car and see if it drive away in a hurry, then head into the narrow passageway. Sure enough, there's a man waiting for you at the end of the back street. Unshaven, wearing wrinkled clothes, with a nervous eye tick, he looks even dodgier than the last guy you met. When you approach, he gives you a mean look.
You lost to something?
I'm leaky gut syndrome. You said you've got a little something that might interest me.
Of course. Straight to the point, are you? Alright then.
Clumsily, he produces a USB stick out of his front shirt pocket and holds it before your face. When you reach out to take it, he pulls his hand back and gives you a sly grin.
You know, this data was risky, you know. Miss Montgomery's an unusually secretive person. Digging up dirt on her took more effort than I expected. Effort that should be rewarded, I think. The more you ask around about it, the more you expect a letter saying, give up your inquiries which are completely useless at your doorstep. Maybe attached to a severed cat head. Catch my drift? The secrecy that surrounds her screams friends in high places, brave new world order, Illuminati shit, you know? Makes me think I deserve some hazard pay.
I've ran a background check on you. You're not just some random schmuck on the street. No way you didn't know what you were walking into when you took this job. And if you really didn't, I doubt you're the kind of journalist who can gather intel worth shit. You're bluffing the hell out of him, unsure if it's gonna work. It does. The man spits on the ground angrily and raises his hands in surrender.
Alright. Shouldn't put you on the spot like that. My bad, okay?
He extends the hand, holding a pen drive towards you. You take it.
Oh yeah, one more thing. Not really sure what that's about, but one of my informants claims you might be interested in this.
He reaches to his inner jacket pocket and presents you with something wholly unexpected. It's a bag of blood, labeled simply as ABRH-. Does that mean something? I don't know. You give it a closer look, but that doesn't answer any questions that just appeared in your mind. You peek into the journalist's cold blue eyes and see them twitch uncontrollably.
Don't ask me. They said you'll know what to do with it, leaky gut. Come on, take it.
Mommy, thirsty. I'll take whatever I want, twitchy eye. He's only conscious long enough to manage to take one step back. A second later, your fangs are already sunk deep into his neck. His blood has a certain unpleasant je ne sais quoi quality to it, and a bitter aftertaste, but it's very strong, quickly intoxicating. As you finish your meal, you feel consumed by euphoria. Having temporarily satisfied your hunger, you put the collapsed man against the wall and look him over one last time. You found him fishy and trusted your instincts. Might be hard to explain this to Hope, but you don't feel like you've done anything wrong. Every fiber of your vampiric existence screamed that the journalist is absolutely not to be trusted. The bag of blood your victim was carrying fell on the ground during your assault. Pick it up. You casually pick it up and leave the alley the way you came from. Hope's car appears behind the corner just as you walk out to the street. It doesn't even stop fully when you approach, but slows down just enough so that you can jump in. The moment you close the door, she presses into the gas pedal with her full strength, causing the engine to roar. Her driving style definitely doesn't reflect how laid back she seems as a person. You throw the pen drive on the seat next to her. Perfect. Any problems? How'd the meeting go? You relate the entire back alley encounter to her. Towards the end of the story, you notice she's not staring at the road or her phone, but directly at your face. The realization startles you. You've got that bag of blood with you? You place it on the seat next to her. She peeks at the label. She looks at it again. Then she steps on the brakes. Fuck! Fuck! I'm okay. She grabs both the bag and the pen drive you've obtained and throws them out of the window. Looks like that's her favorite method of taking care of problems. That bag was a message. AB negative used to be my blood type. It's the rarest one, found in less than 1% of the US population. Glad you haven't drank it. Who knows what they've done to the bag? Some NYC vets could tell you wild stories about using irradiated blood to locate and kill other kindred. You admit you did feed on the man who gave you the bag instead. Good for you, I suppose. I don't think they've done anything to his blood. That'd be some kind of 5-dimensional chess move. But yeah, his contact is compromised and needs to be cut off. Goodbye, my journalist frenemy, and goodbye, dear leaky gut syndrome. You've both outlived your usefulness. After a brief period of hesitation, she deletes the whistleblower extraordinaire account and sighs. Another one bites the dust. Admit what? I'll admit it. I don't know what we're admitting, but I'll do it. When you're done relaying the story, she chuckles. You're really horrible at the art of the deal, aren't you? I suppose the silver lining is that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Oh yeah, did we kill the guy? I think we killed the guy. Still, looks like I'm in bigger trouble than I expected. But never mind. We've got one more stop planned, then I'll explain everything. Besides, I've got another story to finish. I was talking about Bitcoin, and then... where did I stop? Becoming a constellation. Oh, right. You know who saw the real face of this city? Anna Delphi. Ever heard of her? A Russian working-class girl, born as Anna Sorokin. She moved to New York in 2013 and convinced everyone she's this insanely rich trust fund kid, a wealthy German heiress. Manhattan elites totally fell for it, and they kept buying it for years while she kept swindling them. She only got arrested in 2017 after having stolen almost $300,000. Sorokin created her Delphi persona out of thin air, convinced everyone she was going to set up an art fund, and kept tasting all of life's finest pleasures while being basically broke. She even made up a fake family financial advisor and killed him off when he became a liability. And apparently, most of her rich victims never admitted to being scammed out of shame. By now, you're sure. The way she scrutinizes her surroundings, her reckless driving, she's trying to escape somebody. Now, Delphi's locked up with the murderers and Rikers, writing down her memoirs, apparently picking a lot of fights. God bless her. She'll forever be an inspiration. But I have more advantages than she ever did. I have my own considerable funds, and I can rely on many more made-up people than just some old-ass financial advisor. A whole bunch of fake content creators and influencers that every rich dumbass wants to get in touch with and collaborate. Makes it super easy to get more money than I invest. You've seen it firsthand, both as a deceiver and the deceived. It's a city of illusions. Make non-existent money, come up with a fictional status, play nonsensical Camarilla games. And one day, you might just find yourself at the top. Alright, we're reaching our last stop. Look around. You're coming up on a parking garage. You're gonna take an elevator to the 70th floor. Give the masked man you meet in front of the door this memory card. It, contains an art house movie I've made. By art house, you mean vampire movie? Yes, movie you've seen me rehearsing in my haven. You didn't think I was doing that just for show, did you? I found some filthy rich Manhattan pervs who pay a fortune for a convincing vampire cam show. I don't need the money, but their IT industry connections gave me an idea. When we give them this memory card, we'll get access to the tech that should allow us to take on my biggest enemy in the city. So, your nickname this time is going to be... a crash. You're momentarily dazed, and can't immediately understand what happened. The first thing you know for sure is, if you were still a normal human being, you'd be dead for sure. You replay the last few seconds in your head. The other car appeared out of nowhere and crashed into Hope's vehicle at maximum speed. At the maximum speed it was able to achieve in this closed-off space. The driver has already managed to kick out the mangled door next to him and stumbled out of his seat. Now he wordlessly approaches the trunk and takes out a large caliber, silenced pistol. Oh, dip. He starts approaching the lavender wreck of Hope's car, obviously ready to finish the job he started. You have to be fast and violent. It's you or him now. I could outrun him. But, Hope wouldn't be able to be, so I'm gonna attack him. Your instincts take over. You don't come up with a strategy or come up with an optimal route. You simply start running towards the gunman, yelling. For a split second, he's completely dumbfounded. Then he opens fire. The bullets put a brief stop to your sprint. You're engulfed in pain, your flesh and clothes being shredded to bits. When his magazine runs out, you're still standing and still determined to move forward. He tries to act as quick as possible, but he can't reload his weapon before you get to him. A tackle, a primal scream, left punch, right punch, left punch, right punch. You return his cruelty tenfold to his face. When you're done, the head is barely recognizable as human. You stand up above the gunman's body, trying to calm yourself and your killer instincts. That's when you hear a voice. Hope slithers out of her car and sees you standing over your assailant. Huh. You did pretty good. She approaches the body of the driver you killed and kicks it so she can take a better look at it. Upon seeing the front of the corpse, she lets out an annoyed grunt. Knew it would be this asshole. He's been following us all day, and I know just who he belongs to. Even before she's done talking, she's already trying to reach someone through a video call. Eventually, she succeeds. You see a nonchalant woman in business clothes on her smartphone screen. Oh no! Oh, she's hot! Oh, why are they all hot? My lesbian heart can't take it. Kara Montgomery, how can I help you? Kara? Hope. Didn't expect you to ever reach me through this channel. Have you thought things through? Wait, did something happen? I don't know what voice to give her. Did something happen? Your fucking ghoul tried to kill me, you crazy bitch! That's what fucking happened! Calm yourself. This is a baseless accusation. I know he's from Double Spiral. He's been working in your motherfucking company. Come on. What voice do I give her? You know I can't be held responsible for incidents for independent actions of my subordinates. Why don't we just meet up and talk it over? Hope disconnects the call and instantly blocks Kara from contacting her. You corporate shithead. Make me sick. Tired, she turns her gaze to the dead ghoul. I'll dispose of him. Help me put him in my car. 30 seconds later, his body is laying in the back seat of the lavender-colored wreck. Okay. Good. You take a look at the scene of the carnage in front of you. Every second we're here gets us closer to a serious Masquerade violation. I'll have to exchange my Palme d'Or-worthy masterpiece for the goods some other time. She gets behind the wheel, and you follow her inside. Meet me in my haven when I let you know it's safe. For now I need to dump this asshole somewhere, have my car fixed, and plan our counterattack. You guide Hope to your own haven. She drops you off, and before she leaves, she makes what's about to come perfectly clear. If we want to survive in this city, Kara Montgomery needs to die. She disappears into the traffic, you disappear into your place. Damn. This escalated quickly.